Hello. This is our video about the novel Beloved, written by Toni Morrison. Disclaimer. We are not artists. Okay, let's get on with the video. First, here is a summary of the book. Sorry it's long. Also, this is the end of the robot voice.
This is the story of Beloved. The novel's plot originally begins at Sweet Home in Kentucky. At Sweet Home, there are 4 slaves currently residing there. A new person arrives at Sweet Home, our main character, Setha. She catches the attention of the men at Sweet Home, but the one that catches her attention is Holly. The two end up marrying and having 4 children together. Holly's mother, Baby Suggs, also joins their family. Although the previous slave owners at Sweet Home treated the slaves more human-like, it doesn't last like that forever. After Mr. Garner passes away, the new man arrives, becoming the new head at Sweet Home. He goes by school teacher, and he treats the slaves terribly. There comes a time where Setha gets her milk stolen from the white men at Sweet Home. Setha also gets whipped a lot, forming a tree on her back. Setha, along with the other slaves, decided that they needed to escape. Before their planned escape, a problem arises with Setha. She's pregnant with her last child. As Setha was running towards freedom, she began to go into labor for her daughter, Denver. On her way, she meets a woman named Amy Denver, who helps her give birth to Denver near the river. Setha then lives her life at 124 Bluestone Road with her 4 children and mother-in-law. However, the 4 horsemen of Sweet Home come to 124 to take back Setha and her family. Setha, not wanting her kids sold away from her, decides to murder her children. She manages to kill her eldest daughter. Setha goes to jail with newborn Denver. After her time in jail, Setha returns to 124. She gets a gravestone for her daughter, only writing Beloved. 124 ends up being haunted by Beloved, causing Setha's 2 sons to run away. Baby Suggs passes away too, remembering colors as her final thought. Denver becomes more and more isolated from her family. Another character that plays an important role in the story is Paul D. After Sweet Home, he gets on a chain gang. He escapes from this as well and eventually arrives at 124, reconnecting with Setha. Paul D decides to take Setha and Denver out to the carnival. At the carnival, they smell dying red roses. As they leave, a woman arises from the water. This is the reappearance of Beloved. The 3 take Beloved back to 124. All is calm at first, but she begins to wreak havoc on them. Beloved chokes Setha, seduces Paul D, and argues with Denver. One day, Paul D meets Stampede in town. Stampede shows him a newspaper clipping of Setha after she murdered her baby. Paul D tries to deny that it's not Setha, but later on finds himself doubting it. He questions Setha about it and eventually leaves. Setha, Denver, and Beloved grow closer. Setha begins to realize that Beloved is her dead daughter come back to life. The 3 women have inner monologues, all thinking about Beloved. Setha starts to grow even closer to Beloved and neglects not only Denver, but herself and her needs. Denver leaves 124 trying to save her mother. Denver goes around town telling her story and gathering people. She gains a crowd and they march to 124 to save Setha. Mr. Baldwin arrives. Setha mistakes him for a school teacher and attempts to attack him. People from the crowd try to hold her down and Beloved disappears. The story continues with Stampede telling Paul D about what happens with Setha. Paul D then talks to Denver, who tells him to talk to Setha. The 2 part ways as Denver leaves her mother and 124. Paul D and Setha reconnect once again, and Paul D comforts her from recent events. Eventually, everyone decides to move on and forget Beloved altogether.
Hello. Robot voice is back, but not for long. Here is our analysis of the book, mostly about the symbolism shown throughout the novel. Also, goodbye robot voice again.
Starting off with the color red. The color red symbolizes several things throughout the book. The red signifies pain, death, or evil. The blood is from when Setha had slit Beloved's throat, therefore resulting in the murder of her own daughter. The evil represents the presence of Beloved's ghost coming back to haunt Setha. Pink, which is the lighter shade of red, is the color of beloved's gravestone representing death. Red can also symbolize feeling and emotion. Paul D's red heart was replaced by a tobacco tin. The tobacco tin represented his painful past that he had prevented himself from opening up to. But after his sexual encounter with Beloved, she had opened up the tobacco tin to reveal his heart and his past. Next up is the water. The water mainly represents rebirth. Beloved being reborn and coming up from the river, and Setha's water breaking when she gave birth near the river. In another form of water, the rain represents Paul D's escape from the chain gang as his final escape from slavery. Trees. The trees symbolize healing and comfort in life itself. Setha imagined her scars and bruises caused by the abuse and torture from slavery as a chokecherry tree. The brutality she had experienced is now in her past and she has healed from it. Denver's emerald closet represents comfort because she sees it as her safe place. The roses represented a warning that something bad was going to happen. The roses began to die right before Beloved arrived in her human form. The numbers 1, 2, 4 represented Setha's children in the order of which they were born. Number 3 is missing because Setha killed her third-born child, which is Beloved.